Hey guys, Jason Ulm here with Axia Technology Partners, and I'm with two of my friends, Bill and Tom, from SCORE, the Indianapolis chapter. And they do an awful lot of neat things. SCORE is an organization across the United States that supports a lot of different people doing different things. But Bill, would you tell us a little bit more about SCORE and a little bit more in general what you guys are doing?
Sure, Jason. SCORE is the largest network of volunteers in the United States. And actually, I didn't even know that until I went to our national website to just kind of, the About Us tab, just to double check my thinking there. But that's great to know. We're business mentors, so we're focusing on business. We help small businesses. And we can help them in a lot of different ways. We can help them get off the ground, people who aren't even in business yet. We can help them grow. We can help them achieve their goals, whatever those are. We are not for profit. We do free mentoring. The volunteers like us are volunteers. We don't get paid, so it's a real low overhead operation.
Mm-hmm.
We are a resource partner for the Small Business Administration. So if you go to the SBA website, it links directly to our website. If you put in their search engine that you're looking for mentoring or counseling, they'll tell you about us. They also provide some funding to help us get office space and that sort of thing. There are 250 chapters around the country. Indianapolis is a chapter. One of 6 in the state of Indiana. This is the largest chapter, and we pretty much cover central Indiana. There are 10,000 volunteers all over the country, and our written mission is to foster vibrant small business communities through mentoring and education. So that's the what is SCORE part of the
That's terrific, Bill. I mean, it's really great what you guys do, and to do that in the form of a nonprofit, to go back and pour into the local communities, and to be able to support those startup businesses and some of those small businesses. Tom, what are some of those services that you guys supply?
Yeah, thanks, Jason. There's a number of services that SCORE and SCORE Indianapolis provides. Probably, the key thing, but certainly not the only thing, is the mentoring. As Bill indicated, we've got, a lot of mentors in the Indianapolis area. We've got about 70 to 80 mentors in the Indianapolis area that come from all different, walks of life and experience and functions and industries. And, they give back to help, like Bill said, for free, confidential mentoring. But some of the services, there's I guess if I were to divide it into 2 big buckets, one would be national and the other would be local. From SCORE National, we've got just a wealth of things that SCORE National has provided, primarily recorded webinars, so that if a small business is interested in learning about virtually any topic, they're able to go to the score.org website or indianapolis.score.org website and get to these recorded webinars. And we SCORE cover things across the business life cycle of startup to growth to selling a business, for example. And there's recorded webinars for that. We've got a startup roadmap and webinars on, if small businesses are in business, and disaster recovery. Of course, COVID's a big thing right now.
Sure.
We got webinars on marketing and best practices for marketing, social media, press releases, assistance with legal issues, tax planning, accounting, just all kinds of things. And from a local perspective, kind of the local bucket, that's where we've got the SCORE Indianapolis mentors that provide the free confidential mentoring, but we also put on a lot of local webinars, workshops in person pre-COVID. Now we've gone to, online with Zoom, and in fiscal year 2020, which ended at the end of September, we did about 35, workshops, webinars. So we average about, 3 or 4 of those a month, and we have, well over 1,000 small business participants. And a couple other local resources, include that we've got not only our network of mentors, but we've got a network of other professionals out there, attorneys and tax preparation companies, marketing agencies, etc., that we can refer small business to. And they, these partners of ours have agreed to provide at least, 1 hour of free assistance in that very detailed, subject matter expert. We've got checklists that help small businesses, how to reopen with COVID, or if they got an event, checklist for event planning, questions to ask somebody to buy a business, checklists of things to consider if they're going to sell their business. We've got templates because, a small business, they need some help, how do I put together a business plan? We've got a very simple, easy to use, business plan. We've got, marketing budget templates for financial forecasting, and, cash flow statement templates, just a number of tools.
Great. That's great, Tom and Bill. It's interesting. It sounds like you guys are a wealth of knowledge in so many different areas, right? Helping people maybe that want to buy their business or want to buy a business or sell their business, helping existing businesses grow, and also helping startups. Is there a particular success story that comes to mind, or a story of success with helping an existing business grow, one that comes to mind we could share with everybody?
Yeah, the longer you mentor, the more stories you have, and it's interesting. I drive around town sometimes, and I surprise my wife by telling her, "You see that shop over there? I knew them before they even opened up, and now they're up and running." But we've helped people. I think one of the key things that we've been able to do is help people get financing.
Okay.
People come to us, and I always sort of say to myself, they have one of two problems. They don't have enough money, or they don't have enough customers. And if they don't have enough of both, we've got a lot of work to do. But it's usually one or the other, and Tom and I are kind of like bookends here. I'm the finance person, and Tom's the marketing person, and eventually those clients that need the financing will end up talking to a mentor who has his expertise or her expertise in that area, and for a success story, I can't really tell you the name of the company because of the confidentiality.
Sure, of course.
I had a company that it was a family company. The father had passed it down to the son, and the son was a little too careless and withdrew too much cash from the firm. He's living kind of above his means in terms of what the business could afford, and what happened was he had gotten a couple credit cards, and that's where all the debt was, and the interest rates were sky high, and it wasn't sustainable. And we got to the bottom of that, and I put him in touch with the whole concept of micro lenders, which is a whole nother topic for you to look at. These are not-for-profits that have been also funded by the SBA. They give them the working capital, but their idea is to lend to people that the banks won't lend to. They take more risk than the banks, and they limit their loans to $50,000. So it is micro lending, and it's stuff that the banks might even find a nuisance. But there have been a lot of clients that have been able to tap into that and avoid. I don't want to use the word loan sharks, but avoid the kind of debt that really you never get out of. So that's I always felt that was a success story, because the fellow I was working with just was unfamiliar with that world. He was into his business. He knew his business real well, but banking, finance, and all of that was just foreign to him.
Absolutely. And I think, to recap, when I had the conversation with you, Tom, originally, it's really about that knowledge, right? You guys have seen a lot of things. You've done a lot of things. You bring knowledge and wrap that around people that have ideas. And like you said, Bill, understand their business and those types of things, but just don't know some of these things exist. You bring that value in to those organizations and help them be successful. And for that, that's terrific. And so what would you want the community to know about SCORE? Are there ways the community can jump in? Are there ways that we can get involved? What would you want us to know to be able to help you be able to provide more services to the small businesses in our community?
Yeah, I think that, thanks. And good question, Jason. I appreciate that. Really to kind of divide it into two areas. One would be volunteers to join us as mentors. And the other would be clients, small businesses to come in and, get some free confidential, free consulting, really, and, we've got, a good number of volunteers that come in, from all walks of life, from various functions and various industries. By the functions, I'm referring to, finance, marketing,
Sure.
Accounting, tax planning, press releases, the whole bit. And, people who had spent their careers with medical devices or pharma or construction, restaurant business, and, many are, very successful executives in that field, but we're looking for more. You can never have enough expertise on your roles. So one of the things that we would ask for is, more volunteers. We're looking for more volunteers to come in and give back and help small business.
Oh,
And,
terrific.
would be the small businesses themselves to help make them aware that SCORE is there. We're here to help and, to contact us. We're free, come in, they'll get out of it what they put into it, and but to know that we're there and to contact us and come in with some specific business questions so that we can get them to the right what we call mentors, the volunteers, and help them. And with many of them we'll see them 1 month and talk about their business challenge and say, oh well, we just give advice. We don't do anything. We give advice. We say, based on our experience as a mentor with SCORE, I suggest you go do, this 1, 2, 3 things. Then let's get together again in a month and see how you did or what you learned. And, that's the way we proceed.
Excellent. So guys, to sum this up, free service, wealth of knowledge, great opportunity for small businesses here in Central Indiana to work with Bill and Tom and your guys' team of volunteers. Also an opportunity for those in the community that want to give back to those small businesses here locally. And so if folks were interested both to come in as a client of a small business or to come in as a mentor, where would they look? Is there a place out online they could find you guys?
Yep. We have a website, and it is indianapolis.score.org. Indianapolis.score.org. There's a national website, which is score.org. Either place will lead you there. When you get on the website, it basically says, you want mentoring or do you want to be a mentor? And once you go down one of those paths, it gets you there. It's really effective. It's almost amazing how effective our website is. We have clients contacting us regularly. I mean, just to mention, you never know what's going on with COVID and how it's affecting the business community, but our business is booming. We are seeing more clients now than any time I can remember in the last 3 or 4 years. A lot of people want to take advantage of the disruption, you might say, to get going and do something that they wanted to do. So it's great. But they're finding us a lot through the website. And Tom's the marketing guy, marketing our own chapter, and some of the programs he's had through our. I'll let you mention those, Tom.
Well, that's certainly terrific. Well, Bill and Tom, thank you guys so much. Again, great organization, guys. Take a look at SCORE and take a look at the website. We'll put it down there below the video, and please reach out to Bill and Tom and their team. And guys, thanks for joining me today. It was great to spotlight you folks and give an opportunity for people to be able to see what you're doing. And hopefully there'll be some small business owners that will see this and want to reach out to you, and also some folks out there that want to be able to jump in and be a volunteer. So Bill and Tom, thank you guys so much.
Jason, thank you.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.